Okay. How is everybody? It is, what is today? Is today Tuesday or Wednesday, September 30th? I think it's Wednesday, September 30th. Apologies for losing track of time. Tends to happen more and more these days. This is your full moon reading for Thursday, October 1st. Of course, we're using the Gregorian calendar for these measurements of time, which are out of sync with natural rhythms. We need a whole new system, people. From the very fundamental way that we are clocking time. It is out of sync, out of rhythm. No wonder why we are out of sync and out of rhythm with the universe, with the universe, and in human society, because we're not even clocking time right. We're not even getting the basics right. Okay, our first two cards that popped out are swords. So it seems like there's a lot of heady energy going on. I like the king a lot because he's cleaning house, and this four of swords is saying that you're doing a lot of work and to take plenty of rest, to take plenty of time to go into a meditative state, to come out of the beta waves and move into alpha gamma wave state of consciousness, state of mind, literally, of brain waves. If you have a hard time shutting the mind off, get into nature, be with the trees. I know that there's so much fire, and I know a lot of trees a lot of habitat has been lost. If you're listening to this and you have the ability to go into the forest and breathe with the trees, that will, they're in an alpha state. Those are alpha waves. So you'll automatically be embraced in that way. And we have awakening and Six of Wands. This is very positive. I don't know why I'm surprised. But I like that this is hopeful. This shows me that you all are really handling this week with a new level of your being. And I applaud you for that. This is the top card is the moon card. The bottom card is the Four of Crystals. So the moon is October 1st, is the first of two moons, the second full moons. The second full moon will be October 31st. So there's a heightened emotional energy that we're ushering in here in this month of October. And so yeah, it's these lunations are going to be powerful for us. And at the bottom of the deck, that Four of Crystals shows that there's like a real sense and need for stabilizing and for like preparing for the season to come. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, that's the fall to winter, so just that harvesting and getting your pantry stocked, with your canned goods, if you're a gardener, in the Southern Hemisphere, that might be planting seeds. It's a very practical, grounded, kind of like, sometimes it can be a little bit like of a hoarding energy, but right now I feel like it's something about you stabilizing yourself with that Four of Crystals and anchoring your resources and building up your cupboards, planting your seeds in your garden, if you have winter gardens or spring gardens, depending on your global placement. So let's get into these cards that actually flew out. King of Swords is such a intellectual, flows through like the inspiration from spirit and acts according to that divine guidance. And it can be very clean, and sometimes just very like neutral, not emotional. And so he can appear to be, you know, on like that human emotional level, cold, like somehow lacking compassion in some way, but he doesn't. He cleans up energies, and he doesn't get pulled into the illusory traps of the lower emotional body and lower needs of his kingdom, of his family or his surroundings. I mean, he's a king, and he is able to keep that kind of eagle-eyed view of things and take action with very clean cuts, you know, very precise language, very short, clear, simple, and loving. It's not lacking love, because it's coming from the divine, and that source is the well of love. Yet it just may seem on a human emotional level that it's not loving the way we like to be coddled and emotionally safe. But you're not going to get that from this energy, and that's actually good for weeks like this, where tensions can be high, and there's a lot of heat and a lot of fire and friction and tension. He's kind of like, okay, well, whenever we have these right angles, the only place to go is up, and to spread the wings and fly, and to breathe that fresh air of spirit into the realms, you know, the realms that you're navigating. And then that Four of Swords here, she, he, whatever, these are neutral, non-gendered numbers here. But the four, you know, well, it is a kind of an earthy, you know, kind of feminine, you know, number, that four. But again, it's kind of a neutral. It's a balance. It's a 2 and 2. It's mind, body, soul, spirit, you know. And this is, she's really asking you to prioritize that calibration time needed, because to do this kind of like clear communication work, it is a bit, you go into like a very high mode here, and then afterwards sometimes you can be like, whoa, I need to like, you know, drop in and calm down and bring myself into a deeper wave state, deeper brainwave state. So this four is really calibrating the work of this king. And what this is all orienting you to is to this awakening card. And this was at the bottom of the deck whenever I did our weekly readings, if you saw that. So it's all in alignment for your heart and your mind, your soul, your spirit, your form, for every aspect of you that lives and breathes, and that immortal spirit of yours. It's all awakening. All this cleaning and clearing is clearing the space for you to rise. I love that. And the Six of Wands is right there, which shows that, like, you know, you've gone into the battlefield, you've confronted some matter, or addressed it at least, you know, with this kind of up-leveled consciousness. And the Six of Wands celebrates victory. This is a victorious card, that you have achieved something, another level within you, in your confrontation. Healthy confrontation. Confrontation is like so avoided. And it's like, why don't we want to evolve? Don't we want to like come together and like work through it and like learn about yourself and the other and grow? Like, why else are we here, you know? And I feel like education really made us fearful to be vulnerable, to put ourselves out there and to have these like constructive conversations and to say, I don't know, let's, you know, figure this out together, or at least have two perspectives to work on. Because, you know, with any issue, you know, there's 8 perspectives around that one issue that have truth in it. So like one being, but this king is asking for that eagle eye view, you know, rise above the drama and clear out your psyche, your consciousness. And by doing that, you will be cleaning out the environment around you. So then when you like enter the conversation, when you communicate and deliver the words, it's gonna be not from a lower wounded state. It's gonna be from an awakened, elevated version of you that you've hoped you could be. And now that like finally, you know, we're confronting some of these internal fears and we're putting them out there and working through that process in our own psyches and records, Akashic records and astral bodies, you know, subconscious realms, and we're doing the meditation, we're practicing, we're implementing these philosophies into the embodied practice of the way we communicate, the way we are in relationship with one another. Do not let the news define the dialogue. You define the dialogue. The news media is a drama insanity. It's too much. Stay tuned to you. Stay tuned to you and stay tuned to your conversations within your families, your communities, your networks, your people. Work with the actual reality, not what the spin doctors are, you know, promoting for. You know, who knows? I don't even know. I don't even care 100%, because it's like I care about you and the way that you are up-leveling your operating system with your tangible living reality and astral reality, and cleaning out your subconscious so that we really can take this evolutionary bump up. These aspects are challenging, but they're gifts. It's like the huge gifts. The challenges are huge gifts to take it up a notch. So, you feel like there's one more card? I feel good about that. I feel good about the 4. If you want a private reading, if you're having a personal wobble, or if you're having, you know, questions, or if there's something really that is a block in you're like, how do I navigate this? I can support you. We can do a card reading. We can do I've got all sorts of various things that I offer, but these card readings, for the purposes of this video, if you're interested, just send me an email. So much love to you. Wishing you a wonderful full moon, and sing, chant. That would be a good use of that 4 of Swords and that awakening energy. What's your heart song? And feel it in your, like, deep in your gut, and like open up your third eye. It's that third eye is opening up like a keyhole. It's like, whoa. Like, enjoy it. Enjoy it. There is massive accelerations and opportunity in this time space to align and transcend time space. So much love to you, and I will see you for next week's reading. Aloha.